course, it's hitting. I know it's gonna. You know what? I gotta knock that axle back some because you can't, with the bolt on the other side.
Yeah.
You can't get the sprocket, the nose of that sprocket past it.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just tap that. I think it'll come loose. It wasn't a fight to get the bearing started on it. And that bearing is loose. Who the hell's screaming at me now? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I took off the gun. Get in trouble. All right, Jim, where's the smaller hammer?
Yeah, there you go.
Let's get the medium sized. Let me see if I can just tap. Give me some kind of clearance in here. Alright, let me think about here. I might have to go get the hydraulic thing just to squeeze it out. Like this. I don't want to push too far. I need some space. I know what I did yesterday. I pushed the seal in after I had it on. And I didn't think about it now.
I could feel it's up against the seal.
Yeah, and if it pushes the seal out,
Yeah.
it's really not the end of the world. It's not the best.
It's not the best.
I kind of jumped the gun here.
Yeah. Yeah, because you need to put the gear on straight instead of
exactly
at an angle.
I kind of, I don't know why I did that.
Well, you do. Yeah.
I think you're doing good, but
Right. You think you're progressing.
you're not. Let me see if this comes in here. Bar, just see if that thing is spread. Even if it pushes the seal out, it's not a big deal. Worst case, I have to erect the seal. I'd have to get another one, which is kind of looks like a kind of a generic seal.
Pushed it out? Yeah, but
Yes.
an A's plus.
Yeah. So, did I gain much with that? Probably not, because I remember kind of fighting with the bearing yesterday.
Okay, so it's not really up against the seal.
No, it shouldn't be against the seal, but I don't know exactly how much clearance is in there. But it moved out to where the bearing isn't sitting on the surface it rides on. It's kind of sitting on the splines.
Yeah.
Probably not enough, but we know we need something to get that sprocket on.
What does the red light on this mean it needs a charge?
Yeah, let's. I like this light, but it doesn't last. Actually, it's on.
Yeah, it's still on, which is nice.
I think that's what it means.
Yeah.
We'll throw it on charge. We don't need this right now. Now, Sherm, you. Oh, I wonder if putting. Yeah, all you need to do is try to turn that. We can do this though right now. Let's tap this back and give you a little something to bite on.
Yeah, I could feel my thumb in the hole also. It's not a problem.
Oh, you want to leave it out or you want to put it in?
6 of 1 half doesn't matter.
Not to get crazy, but. Let's see. heavy leverage stinks.
Huh.
I've got enough to get it on.
Yeah.
I can hold it up and get it started. It definitely it's not easy. It's a battle. I gotta figure out how. This way. Then you're trying to look and see if it's actually.
Don't feel any teeth trying to engage. There, I feel teeth now.
Alright, can you,
Tap
even
it?
if you got a tap shirt
Yeah.
and turn,
Okay.
I'm trying to hold this up so if you get it started.
Wonder if I could tap with
Yeah,
something.
tap the end of the shaft or put the bolt in.
Do you think it's at least sitting on in it? Can you tell?
It's hard to see anything.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and do what you gotta do.
All right.
I'm trying to roll it, hold it up.
All right.
I
think that's just-
going.
What?
I think it's going.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Yep.
Great.
All right, now, why don't you put this in? It's definitely going. So what's going to happen is I'm going to try to hold it up once the bearing comes in contact with the race. And you're going to, when it tightens up, try to center this into the seal. I think we're in good shape here. Okay, go ahead.
Tap it.
Yep. Hold on a second. Okay, let me make sure that this bolt, once this, I want to get this bolt that holds it on started
Okay.
because there's not a lot of clearance in here.
Mhm.
Okay, it's not ready yet. Okay, go ahead.
Think it's doing?
It's got to be started in there. I mean, I felt it coming through. It's got to be started. It can't be. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me try turning it and see if it turns this whole thing.
Yeah. Is it still turning in there?
It's not letting me turning it at all.
Oh, it isn't.
Yeah.
So in theory, it started.
Theory. Yeah.
All right, smack it.
Okay.
All right, hold it. Golly, doesn't feel like it's going any. I swear it was going in
Yeah.
on my fingers before.
Yeah, that's weird.
It definitely doesn't turn, huh?
Turn? No, it's not turning.
Yeah, I'm holding. Oh, wait a minute.
Turns that much.
Yeah, that was just enough to.
Just enough.
Yeah, it's got to be engaged. It's just.
Yeah.
It's probably fighting. I'm assuming it's fighting the bearing a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe more a little more mass on the hammer before it moves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See. Well,
You got the big hammer, right?
I got yeah, this one. All right, a few more times here. Still doesn't feel like it's moving. What is going on?
I thought for sure we were good. Took me longer yesterday to get the other side going in there. Let's just make sure we don't have that key's got that one. Engaged. Whether it's square or not, I don't know, or it's just fighting the bearing. Alright, hit it.
Okay.
Ah, knocked it off. I thought we were good. Alright, pull that thing out a little bit.
Okay.
Try it now.
All right.
I swear it's stuck. It's stuck on the sprocket. Go ahead. I'm going to try to hold pressure in on the sprocket.
Okay. Feels like it's going.
I don't know.
Maybe it's just bouncing.
Yeah.
It feels like it's going actually. No?
I don't know. Hit it. I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't be, really. It's definitely caught. Definitely caught, but it's not enough for me to get the bolt and washer started.
Oh, keep wailing on it or what?
Yeah. Go ahead and hit it. Why wouldn't it just... I know it's fighting the bearing a little bit, but the bearing I tapped onto that shaft. Like,
Yeah.
that was not... Go ahead.
Okay. What?
Hold on. Ugh. Whew. Can't imagine why rocket come off the spline. Pretty nice. Why it's fighting so much. Yesterday, once we got her going, she rolled right on. All right, go ahead again.
All right.
Almost
Something we can jam between the two sprockets.
That's what I'm thinking.
Wood, piece of wood, wedge, very slight taper.
I don't know. Yeah, I need solidness for a little bit in that thing.
It's true we need solid, but I was thinking it's hard to come up with the tolerance, you know, stuff with that close tolerance. Getting hot with all the banging.
Let's see if this thing will cam in there. this. I don't know why it's gonna fight like that. Get it in. I would say another half inch to get the bolt started. Let's try this one. Try to smack it. See if it'll definitely wedge. Seems like there's sprockets moving around on there. Definitely something happened. Hold on, let me feel it. Try it again.
Okay. Get your fingers out of there.
Yeah. Hold it. Hard to know
Yeah, what it's doing.
what it's doing. I put my finger in there, but I can't really
Yeah.
tell. Let me wedge it again.
I have no idea why it just won't just go right,
I don't
right down
either.
the
The
spline.
spline isn't a super, it's not a press fit or anything. And the bearing wasn't hard to tap onto the shaft with a small hammer either. Probably. Yesterday, Michael was turning it until he got it engaged, and then we were able to get it.
It's a nice solid hit.
I know,
Making my ears
shouldn't
ring.
be terribly solid sounding either. You got a bearing going over, which is
Yeah.
semi-solid. The sprocket certainly isn't. Go ahead. All right, hold on. Let me see if that bearing is. Oh yeah, it came through. Yeah. Yep. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to draw it with this bolt.
Okay.
Because the bearing, let's see this one here. I'm gonna pull it in. It's going to take a few minutes because it's a fine thread. Can't say it was much more than a fight from yesterday. It was just a different fight.
Yeah.
Now, it's weird. This sprocket doesn't have any slop in it. What happened here? Did it wedge the bearing? How's that?
How is it for rotation?
Well, I don't have it tight yet.
Right.
That thing's, your bearing's pretty much
Uh,
centered like.
yeah, yeah.
See the hub's not in. It kind of wedged it, almost like the bearing went weird in there, but we gotta have, in other words, before it seemed like I got the bolt tight. Can you still flop it?
Rotationally?
Yeah, just see if it's, yeah, right? So the bearings aren't bound up,
Right.
like, which they shouldn't be, but. Oh yeah, it just loosened up the, now the bolt's spinning. It must have been like the bearing maybe wasn't 100% seated in the cup. Might have been
Angle, little angle of the shaft. I don't know.
still wiggle again.
Okay.
Now it's, yeah, now it's moving it around better. I think the bearing might have got wedged. I don't think it, like the roller maybe got caught. I really don't want it at all. Okay, wiggle it again. See how you get that? Like everything's seating?
Yeah.
Because then my tension gets less on this bolt.
That's a separate issue of it going in hard. I
Yeah.
don't really know why it did that.
I think because the bearing sits, in other words, it's not where it rides, it's sitting out on the spline, and when you push the shaft back, try to get the sprocket on, the bearing is trying to get onto the part where it rides, so it's kind of cocked. So I'm able to get the sprocket on, but the bearing hasn't squared up yet.
Yep.
I wouldn't be able to put it all the way up, but it would be enough to,
Okay.
because I think it would be enough to get, but I got it tight in there because I used two different wrenches and flipping them and, excuse me. All right, now, what's left is,
Hand did that in, but
yep, I'm going to give you the big gun, Sherman. You're going to sit on it.
that's some
That's
good at good at that.
575 to 625 foot-pounds, I think.
Okay.
And I do have a torque multiplier we could do it with.
Right.
But,
I'd have to sit out about 5 feet on the end of the
well, yeah, and
My
the torque
full weight.
multiplier, of course, we could put my 150 foot-pound half-inch drive torque wrench on it. Let's see, reverse forward. Yeah, I think this is like 600 and something foot-pounds they want on this big bolt. So wind her in. I think we're good. And then sit on it. We'll be fine.
Okay.
It's on forward.
Forward.
Chrome socket, perfect.
Yep, we love chrome.